Hi my lovelies, I'm Jen and this is Crifty Crafty.
Hi my lovelies, I hope you're all well. So today we're going to look at design space and how it's changed slightly in terms of using your Cricut maker. Now if you have got a new machine, whether it be an Air or a maker, so you're new to design space, please do go and have a look at our previous tutorials. Everything you need to know about design space is in those. How you can use all the different elements, how you can upload things, what projects there are, what images there are, how you can upload your own fonts. There's so much that you can do in design space, and we have covered those in previous tutorials, and we will continue to cover those. But today we're just going to look at some of the projects that are available and how the last step is slightly different with the maker. So we're going to go to featured projects and we're going to go to view all. And we're just going to change our category, and there's a few categories that we're going to look at, and the first one is free for Cricut Maker. And you'll see straight away we've got some crossover categories. So here we've got some card. These are made out of card. So you can do those on your Air or your maker. The same with this. This is iron-on. So again, it doesn't matter which machine you've got, you're able to use it. This is vinyl, so again it's a crossover, and that's the great thing about design space. Your machine doesn't really matter when it comes to the projects. They're not machine specific, so that is brilliant. The only thing I will say is that in terms of fabric and cutting fabric, with the Air you do need a fusible backing. However, with the maker you need no backing at all. You put your fabric straight onto your pink mat, and obviously we have the Rotary Blade with it as well, but you can do some of the or all of the fabric projects with the Air, but you will need to obviously do backing on those, and my kind of thing is, with the maker it's got that amazing Rotary Blade, but there is nothing stopping you, if you've got the Air, from doing any of these projects. The Air is more than capable of doing them. It's just going to take a little bit more preparation. So these are all crossover, so you can do them with any of the machines. There's a lovely felt one there. Now, I absolutely love Riley Blake. I've got a lot of her fabrics, and I started off quilting. So there's some lovely quilting projects. There are some access projects as well. These beautiful baby leather shoes. They're just gorgeous. You've got a leather basket, felt flowers. There's a little wallet there. That you can do. There's so much that you can do. As I say, it's not specifically maker, so you can cross over. So we're just going to have a look and see what sewing specific projects are available. So there's some felt finger projects there. There's some little fabric blocks there. So there's some really lovely bits in there. So the next category we're going to look at is the sewing category, because that's the one I'm interested in today. So just to note that with your maker you can still cut everything that the Air cuts, so you know nothing's changed in terms of that. So we're not fabric specific. It's not just a fabric cutting machine. I just want to kind of see in terms of today how great it is at cutting fabric, and then we're going to move on and go back to vinyl and iron-on and card, and as we get used to the machine we'll then start bringing in some sewing projects. But I just kind of wanted to have a look and see what was available. So we've got some great simplicity projects. These will be paid projects, and there's all sorts there. We've got oven mitts, you've got dolls' clothes, you've got a teething ring, you've got some lovely bibs, you've got a placemat there, which is an access one, and again a bib in an access. Some beautiful, beautiful quilts. Really lovely. This one is something that I am desperate to do. I think it will make such a lovely Christmas quilt. We've got luggage tags here, there's puppets, there's bags. There's just so much that you can do. Headbands, again some little bags. So there's a lot that you can do, some lovely animals. I know a lot of people have fallen in love with the giraffes. I don't know, let's have a click on him and see what price he's coming at. So he's $5.99, which is brilliant, and it's an intermediate one which will take 1 to 2 hours. So we will probably at some point do him because I think he's absolutely gorgeous. We've also got the Anna Griffin, so she's got some lovely quilts in there. And then you've got the Rotary Blade. But as I say, everything is interchangeable. So we're going to go to our mat, and I'm going to just choose an image, and I'm also going to write some text. So I've just done a simple Christmas tree with a star, and I've written Merry Christmas. Now, it's important to note that the maker is primarily, in terms of the Rotary Blade and fabric, it is primarily for patterns. So, you know, making kind of, as we've seen, bags, placemats, doing clothing items. This is more kind of applique. So applique is where you cut out a fabric shape and then you sew it onto maybe a cushion cover, and then you can add some buttons and things like that. So I realised that I'm kind of pushing its capabilities slightly, but I just want to see whether it can do it. Now it should be able to cut basic shapes, so this should be absolutely fine. The writing it may struggle with, but I've made it, you know, as big as I can. But the Christmas tree should be absolutely fine. But of course, you can use iron-on for these things. You know, we've used iron-on for a really long time. There's nothing wrong with using iron-on to embellish your makes, so cushions, t-shirts. I just kind of wanted to push the Rotary Blade and see kind of how far it goes. But as I say, it is kind of made for more patterns, and patterns are made of more shapes than images and kind of real intricate cuts. As I say, the Christmas tree should be absolutely fine, but it might struggle a bit with the writing. But we'll see how it goes. That's the whole point of kind of experimenting and seeing what its limitations are. It doesn't mean it's not a great machine. It is an absolutely brilliant machine, but I may be pushing it past its kind of boundaries. So we're going to go to make it, and that will then take us to our mat. So it's all the same here as usual, nothing's changed. So we're then going to go to continue. And we need to select our device, so we're going to select the maker. Now this is where it changes slightly between the Air and the maker. So the Air has a dial, and you've got paper, card, vinyl, vinyl plus, iron-on plus, and then you've got your custom bit on the dial as well, which will bring you to a screen like this. Now with the maker there is no dial, so everything is on this piece here. So we've got cardstock, paper, vinyl, iron-on. You've got fabric, heavy fabrics like denim, medium fabrics like cotton, light fabrics like silk, cotton, felt, faux leather. So if we go to view all, you can see we've got our artboard in there, we've got our cardstock in there, and now we've got our fabric. And the fabric is just amazing. So there's so many different types. You've got bamboo fabric, burlap, calico, canvas, cashmere, chiffon, corduroy, there's damask, there's denim. I mean, it just faux fur. It just goes on and on. Just amazing. I mean, look at all those different types of fabric, and we're going to do a video where we try cutting different types of fabric as well, but it just goes on and on. You've got tulle there, viscose, velveteen. It's just amazing. Then we've got our felts, our foams, our foils, our iron-ons, our leather, paper, plastic, vinyl, wood. So the maker is able to cut certain types of thin wood. However, in America, they are still waiting for the knife blade, and this enables you to be able to cut the wood. It's due in the States, I think, end of November, December, so we probably won't get it till after Christmas. But that is one of the other great things about the maker is they're saying that with this knife blade, you will be able to cut wood. I've seen videos of them making jigsaw puzzle pieces, and it looks amazing. But at the moment, I wouldn't attempt it with the rotary blade. That is for your fabric. If they thought the rotary blade could do it, they would say so. They wouldn't be bringing out the knife blade because one of the kind of big sellers on the maker was fabric and wood. So I would wait for the knife blade to come because that's what it's been made for. And hopefully it'll be here after Christmas. You've then got your others as well. So there's a huge amount in there. So as I say, it's just like your custom dial on the Airs, except it's now all done through here rather than on the machine. So I'm just going to choose cotton because that's what we're going to use, and it's telling me to load my rotary blade and then put my mat in. So we're going to go and do that now. So we've got our pink mat here, so it's ready to go. And you can see that it's been slightly battered already. So I was playing with it last night and I put some cotton on there, but it was a really kind of light cotton and it cut through the mat, so there is a few cut marks on there, but it's still really sticky. It's still absolutely fine. To clean your mat, you will just need to use some transfer tape, and I have been told that when you cut, you'll see here there's an outline of the star still. You won't get rid of those, and apparently it doesn't affect the mat. So only time will be the judge on that one. So we're going to go ahead and put our material on. Place it like we normally would. And we're just going to make sure that it's on there really well. And we don't want any puckering because we want it to be a bit like vinyl. We want it to be as flat as it possibly can be, so there's no puckering, so that it cuts perfectly. And if you do get a bit, just lift up and then go back in with your scraper. There we go. So we're going to go and put that in the machine now. So we're just going to press load and it's going to feed all the way back. And I'm assuming that this is because when you're working with patterns, you'll probably be using a lot of the 12 by 24 mats when they eventually come out. So I'm assuming it's the machine's way of making sure that there's plenty of space. So currently you get the 12 by 12 mat with the machine. They at the moment are not available for general sale in the UK, so we only have the one mat. And the 12 by 24s are not available yet either. So hopefully they'll be here pretty soon. So we're going to go ahead and press cut, but I want to show you the motion of the blade. So I'm going to press cut, and if you look in this corner, you should see the rotary blade doing a really beautiful little dance. There it goes. To watch this is just mesmerising. I just love the way it moves. It's just amazing. I could sit and watch this blade all day. So that's now finished, so we're going to unload the mat. So we're just going to very gently start peeling back, and it should just come away beautifully. I'm not sure how the writing is going to be. That just needs a little snip. Cotton can sometimes fray, so you will get that. That's nothing kind of unusual. Wow, that's actually, I'm not going to say anything in case I'm wrong, but wow, that has cut those words out a lot better than I actually thought it would. I'm really impressed with that. So it's cut our tree absolutely beautifully, and we could what we would do with that is we would applique that onto a cushion. So we would sew it on, and then we'd add some buttons. Now this writing, Bisley's come to say hi, this writing would be far too small to applique. I mean, you could do it, but it'd be very fiddly. But I just wanted to kind of see how well the machine would cut something like this, and it's cut, I mean, even the middle of that A's cut out. So if I just get my tweezers there, you can see the inside of the E. I'm completely overwhelmed by that. I knew it would cut the Christmas tree, but I'm very surprised at how well it's cut those letters. I thought you could do, you know, something big like love in a big chunky font. I knew it would do that fine, but I think that's amazing. Now you could do the fabric tree and then iron on Merry Christmas in a gold foil. That would look really lovely. I just wanted to kind of test it out, and so far I'm over the moon. I think that's brilliant. I genuinely didn't think it would do those letters, and it has, and I just think that's amazing. Really amazing. So that was just kind of a quick look at what we could do in terms of cutting the fabric. So our next video will be all about the different types of fabric, and I've got a few different types of fabric that we can cut, so we'll see how well they do. But so far I'm absolutely overwhelmed by this. I think this is fantastic. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Please do like, follow and leave any comments, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you all next time. Please do subscribe, like and comment below. Bye.